Hello and welcome to another. Do you have scrambled eggs on your hat? Is that the? Do you have a admiral's hat on? That's kind of hilarious. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, I was squirreled there for a second. Anyway, welcome to Old Gray Bricks. It is Monday. It is a very messy Monday, and hey, the temperature went above 60 in South Carolina today. We're winning with the worst winter down here in a while. Grumpy J is in the chat. So is Stever and Steve Yogan. Hello, hello, hello. Good to have y'all here. Welcome, esteemed friends. Yes. So I'm wearing this in honor of our friend Meredith, who underwent some surgery, reconstructive surgery today, recuperating from her breast cancer fight. And so she had a big surgery today. A good kind of surgery, not a bad kind of get rid of the bad stuff, but repair everything else. I talked with Brian or messaged with Brian a couple times today, and he said everything went well. There's a possibility that drunk Meredith on drugs in her hospital bed could be watching right now. So I wore the shirt that makes me look like the Michelin Man had an affair with a Wildberry Skittles bag, and so
hot.
That's where we're at right
I
now.
do have to say, the first time I saw you in that shirt at the con floor was entertainment. I'm just going to say. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I wore it, man. I owned it.
I think the red Crocs would have boosted it up a level, but you know.
They waved the. I don't know what you want to know. What you just said.
I just said
the red Crocs. Okay.
What I'm sorry. I've got peanut butter in my mouth. Yes, red Crocs would have just boosted that shirt over the top for you.
Because it didn't sound like Croc, but
I'm sorry. I'm still keeping it PG-13.
I thought he said Red Cross, and I'm like, what does the Red Cross have to do with this?
That would have been much better than what I heard.
He said the right pair of Crocs. We're all over the place.
Fine. Tonight on
this episode is brought to you by Creamy Peanut Butter.
And
Creamy, come on, man. Oh,
Chris not getting fired. Oh me. All right. Yes. So anyway, Meredith, if you're listening, we love you. We hope you get to feeling better soon and get to go home as soon as well.
I'm gonna guess she's not watching it live, but she'll watch it tomorrow. So
yeah.
Time leap. We miss you.
There's Autumn right there. So yes. I donned this, it'll just be chest down. Hey, my face is up here, by the way. Have you seen a fat guy shirt that has that written on the belly that I'm up here?
Why you're only
combo
more limited than Elvis. He was from the waist up, but you're just from like about here up.
Yeah. Right from moobs up. So anyway, peanut butter jelly time. That's right.
Grumpy J, do you remember the campfire song? Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah.
Peanut butter jelly. Love that song. Anyway,
all right. Yeah. Boost those numbers for me there, Dana. Great. All right.
That's what you bring me here for. It's all the randomness. It's all the randomness.
All right. I hope everybody's had a great weekend and all that kind of stuff. And our lug bulk orders are in, right? Poor Matt has been dealing with numbers all weekend. How are you? Is everything okay? No.
So I think I'm like got everything pasted into the master spreadsheet, and then I realized that at least one person had deleted out rows from the order form. So when I pasted things over, they were not lined up at all, which sent me into a cold sweat. And I went back and rechecked all 59 spreadsheets and resorted them to make sure that they were in the same exact order when I copied and pasted, which cost me several hours. And my eyes were crossed. But I am pretty confident that all the rows are in the correct place now. So we're getting close to
tell people. I tried to tell people when I was doing it, do not reorder, do not change anything. You fill in your numbers and you share. That's it. That's all you do.
Can't you lock the sheet anyhow?
Well, you can, but then they copy it and it unlocks it because now it's their form. It's not your form. Now, if we were to like get really fancy and actually do like some sort of order processing application website instead of cheating it by going on the cheat with just a Google form cheat, whatever. But again, adults following rules.
And then there were the 5 people who sent me the link but did not change the sharing function so that I can open said sheet and copy and paste it.
I can't believe that you didn't have this problem last year.
I had it with a handful of people, and those people, I will say, did not repeat the same mistake this year. So it was new people who forgot.
Okay, and that's why I was asking you earlier when the chat, was it new people or was it
So there's a part of me that's the teacher who's like, that's what people learn. Then there's the other part of me who's like, wants to be the stern dad and be like, well, fine, I'll just submit their stuff with it all messed up and they can learn from that lesson. But
do you not remember the little plate that I had with me with a whip surrounded by Lego cats? That was my ambassador homage to Lug Bulk because that's what it is.
One of the problems with Lug Bulk is that it only happens once a year, so that by the time it rolls back around, you have these like fond memories of like getting your parts and it all seems great. And then you're like, oh, the things that people do, they don't follow directions. Get it. Anyway, so we're very close to hitting the shiny red button for submit. Not quite there. I still have like a one more round of proofing, of checking. I'm going to check to make sure that everybody's individual order dollar amounts matches up what they sent to me before I hit the shiny red button and send that off. But we're getting pretty close. So my Lego week has been spending a lot of time staring at Google Sheets. But there was one non-bulk thing I did this week, which is a bag of parts that I ordered, I don't know, 2-3 months ago that I completely forgot even what was in this showed up in my mailbox. And it turns out like these were listed on the parts that are going away. And I don't even really build in Technic, but for some reason I decided I need several of these Technic star shapes.
Is that a thing that like a 5 rotor thing I see? I haven't seen one of those before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will buy those white wheels off of you
For $10 each.
Yeah. All right, I'll take just one.
So hey, that's my fun Lego thing of the week. I got parts that I completely forgot I even ordered in. So
I
Did
love
you
the
order
glasses.
I want to say like November.
Okay, gotta be
Yeah.
close then.
They were on the list of these parts are going away off of Bricks and Pieces at the end of the year. So I was like, I'll take 4 of those. I'll take 4 of those. I'll take 4 of those. But,
You can't not share. I was going to say, you can't not share Martin's comment.
I don't know what that means.
Yes. What does it need to mean? It just means what it means. Whips and cats.
I did not Lego very much this week. It was a busy week work-wise and everything. I was led one of the services, so I had a full weekend as well. But I did get some small sets, and I just built this Creator Spider, which was just kind of a throwaway. It was like 20-30% off on Amazon for a minute. And I actually, except for building 8 legs the same way, this thing is pretty darn cool because hang on, let me give the full screen.
8-legged freaks.
It has a you build the, not with a Lego winch part, you actually build a little winch in there, and the web comes out the butt. So it is absolutely, and then you can wind it back up, right? So it's very cool. And I thought I was actually going to build the Scorpion instead of this, but I decided to build the main build, and yeah, it's really cool. And the neon green string with stud on the end of it is kind of worth the price of admission here. So,
and the web comes out the butt.
The web
Bring
comes
me
out,
the winch.
which is unfortunate that Spider-Man did not get that power, but
At least in this universe.
Yeah.
So
right,
Yeah.
that would make those comics a whole lot different.
They always change things for like new movies.
Instead of the wrists, he shot webs out of his butt and he like swing from building to building by his butt.
Well, Gwen Stacy's falling off the building. He has to take a squat off the edge and get her.
I now need to find an artist to actually do that because that's hysterical.
Do you think that's the first time that's been done?
I don't know, but no, you were very specific about that catching Gwen Stacy. That might be something unique that somebody hasn't done.
and then it's just like her at the end going, just cutting the rope. Just,
let me die. Let me die. Kill me now.
So he just jumps butt first down that whatever.
yes.
Like clock tower.
Like a cannonball, and was like squeezed
Well,
down. Yeah.
Welcome to the 8 new viewers who just kind of just glommed on here when we're talking about what we're talking about. So hello everybody.
Oh, if they've watched this show before, they know.
They're like, I could use some new Lego content, and they clicked on our stream, and they're like, oh, this is not the place I was looking for.
Oh,
Actually,
dear
no.
Lord.
They're like,
This is messy Monday.
we spawn many shows. Like we can do better than those jokers. So oh me. All right. Well, Matt, since we've already given you Center Square, what else you got going on? Is that it?
Oh, that's pretty much it. I'll be coming to a neighborhood near you soon, as we've talked about. We're planning we're planning an honors trip to Charleston, and I did pass along the idea of visiting your historic building that you work at, and several students said they were personally interested in that. So we'll see what comes of it. But yeah, we might have a student tour of your
House.
trip.
Cool. Give me some ideas off, later on of like time frame and days and hours and stuff. So
It's mid-April. We're still a ways away, but
okay. All right,
we're
mid-April.
still
That's
in the
fine.
we're in the planning phase.
Just we have school that ends at 3, so you can still do tours of the historic part though, but it's good. Anyway, update on Autumn's foot, still attached but sore. All right, hope you get to feeling better. All right, let's see. Magnus hasn't been here in a minute. Magnus, how are you, sir? Oh wait, you changed your shirts. What happened to the guns out? Or did you just roll the sleeves down?
Well, one was up and one was down, and I thought it looked silly being asymmetrical. But I mean, I can do that if you would rather be
Very Blacktron.
Well, you could roll up your SIGs in one arm like in the 50s, So
Maybe I should roll up my bricks instead of a SIG. Like
That's
I got
right.
this little treasure chest. Maybe this is the way to do it.
What do you got in your treasure chest?
that's
You need,
it.
you need some right said Fred going, I'm too sexy for my cat, as he does this.
Or some figs. Instead of SIGs, I could have some figs, some mini figs that are just hiding in there.
That's it. What's up, man?
I'm all right considering all the things happening in the world. I have to complain though about I don't like being negative, and I don't
Come to
like
the right show.
I don't like being negative. But I'm officially here to complain about a Lego thing.
Oh,
I did this thing that I think maybe other people sometimes do, where you buy a set that you're excited about. Maybe you get a discount, or it's just a great set, or it's a great price, and you buy it. And then you just don't build it, and it just sits there for years. And you're like, man, I should buy it. I should build it. And then you start thinking, maybe if I sold it, I could make a lot of money, but like, then I feel bad about it. And then you build it. So there's this set that's ancient that I finally started building. I forget how long ago I bought this, but this is half of this castle, medieval village thing that I finally built the other week. And like, I've encountered brittle reddish brown before, but this is absolutely ridiculous. I would say that of the reddish brown parts here, maybe 20% of them snapped when I was putting them together.
what?
This was straight out of the bag, like brand new. Even if they didn't snap, there would be kind of a crack sound.
Yep.
Like
I know
you just-
exactly what you're talking about.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This set is not within the last decade, is it not?
No.
I think it's older than a decade. I think it's
Yeah.
like
2008.
it might be 15 years old, and
Yeah.
it's it's a great set in so many ways. But like, for the longest time, Lego, the thing I've always said to people about Lego is like, it's great. Your grandparents' Lego from the 70s will fit, your Lego now or whatever, but that doesn't work if it breaks. And everyone knows about brittle brown so it's not news, but it's my most my most frustrating experience with brittle ground. Now,
I want to ask you this. I want to ask you this, Magnus. I got to ask you this. If could you go through and catalog all the pieces that did get broken?
I mean, if I wanted to, I could.
Because I bet you this would be a great test. Because I saw somebody else do this recently for a sand crawler. And
Oh my!
actually shipped them as many of the pieces that were still in production that broke when they built a sand crawler straight out of the box.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
someone told me to do that when I was building my sea cow, and I
Yeah.
never did either.
well, that's because you're lazy, and I understand that because I'm lazy too. But Magnus is probably a little more motivated than we are, so he might actually go through the effort.
I mean,
When
I'm
they
not
ask
going
me
to
what
take this
parts
thing
are
apart,
broken-
but I might keep track when I build the other house. The other thing I can show you, which is more self-promoting, I've shown this
Yes.
before, but it's a little more finished now. So this is a mark that I built. That's my
Ooh.
reimagination of a Lego set from I think 1990 or 1988 or something like that, and I basically scaled it up, making it about twice as wide, twice as tall, and twice as long.
I love it.
And I've taken the pirate ship hulls that I had to get the whites and green one and the blue and some other color white, blue and white one, and I had to take them apart with a screwdriver to get a blue and black hull. But that's what I've done here.
Awesome.
There's nothing brittle about that. Sure.
I like the dragon that you built out of bricks on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That turned out really well.
Thank you. So
Great.
that's that's my newest mark of substance.
We had a guy here at Atlanta BrickCon. I think he was from Tennessee, who had an amazing Viking layout that was like, I want to say it was 3 8-foot tables by, I think it was like 3 by 3. So like, 3 lengthwise and then 3 shortwise. And that was his whole setup. It was fantastic. He had a whole water section, had several Viking longboats on there. I thought of you when I saw it. So it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think hopefully he'll bring it to Virginia. I think he's going to take it to Virginia. So hopefully.
Nice.
Yep. Super cool. All right. Hey, this I just opened a new set and something has happened to me for the first time. Not only did I get my first paper bag.
Ooh. Holy cow.
It came also with a regular bag in it. So it's a mix.
Is there one piece in the paper bag?
Huh?
Is it only one piece in the paper bag, or is it a series of them?
No, it's the half the set. So I got the end of the production line right here.
Or the middle of the production line.
Or the middle of the production line.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw it in there. They'll be fine.
They'll be
It's
fine. Well, I mean, I know that different bags can be packaged up at different facilities and then sent to wherever and then combined together. So that's not really surprising at all, actually.
And this $9 set comes with a brick separator. So
I told you about that. I know that's
right. You did.
I did. I thought it was strange.
I got this one as well. They were like marked down like 20-30% on Amazon or something like that. So
I love that Amazon has now become your go-to because that's all you have.
it kind of is. I can't get to my Lego from the glass in the Walmart. I don't have a Toys R Us. I don't have a Lego store. This is all I got.
But you still get it in 2 days. So no, it's all good.
True.
And you're getting a discount because you're buying a discount.
Got it on discount. Used a gift card I got for Christmas. Just, boom. So,
Man, you are just killing it today.
that's right. All right. Good deal. Let's see. Steve, you're right there. Next button there. How are you, sir?
Good.
I know you love it when we put you on the big screen.
Yeah, it's great. So this weekend, you can't even see it. I'll move it a little bit. I made this tan building. You can see it. So
Beautiful.
that's what I did, and I've been continuing to tear down my Spider-Verse mock. This is all that remains of my big slanted building. So that's kind of sad. But I'm gonna keep all of the magenta and the lime just to see how much I actually used when it's all said and done. So I don't know. That's all I really got.
That was
I don't know.
cool. Respect to you for not recycling the build. In those buildings, you're tearing them apart and totally rebuilding them, right?
Right. Yeah, like I was thinking about using this green one for the last spot, but I'm not going to use green because Gargantos is going to be like green, so I don't want him to like blend in with the other buildings. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for that, but I got to start building Gargantos. It's getting kind of close. I know it's February, but when you consider like it takes a week to get an order in, and every time I got to make a change that I don't have the parts for, like getting pretty close to June. So
Build it digitally first.
I can't do that.
You're killing me, Smalls.
The only time I've done digitally is when I get like a prototype. So like when am I
That
building?
least will get you 90% of the bricks you need.
I made a prototype and then I built it digitally so I could figure out how many pieces I actually needed.
See, there you go. There you
Right.
go.
I don't know how to go about building a character or a creature digitally. That's just, I don't know. That's beyond my brain. I'm not that smart. Sorry,
All right,
Danny.
so you got to play with
I've
it
never
first.
tried it either.
Well, then you know what? At least build it, but don't build it in the colors, and
Right.
then you can figure it out. So just
Yeah, it's just a process of like building a little bit and looking up on Bricklake to see if that piece even exists in that color.
again, this is where studio works so much easier. You're killing me. You're killing
I can't. I play with like I don't want to be in front of the screen. Like I want to touch it.
me. You can touch it all you want. Just don't do it on the stream.
Nice.
Loud sigh.
Yes, Moto.
Right.
Studio doesn't recognize half of the cool connections out there.
There you go.
Like, how am I supposed to take, for
I
example,
agree, because I can actually, if you use the software as software, you can move the pieces around the way you want them to create the weird connections that don't automatically snap in. So no.
for
It doesn't
example,
mean so.
though, how in the world would I do this? So for Gargantos, I'll give you a little sneak peek.
All right.
This is Gargantos' eye, not in
That's
the
a
right
big eye.
colors. But how do I take all of these like zipline pieces in Studio and like bend them around the eye to make it work? Like I can't.
Okay.
do
All right. I will give you that. Bendy things.
like I digitally built the sea cow before I had pieces, before I had the set, and like trying to get the anchor chains to like conform the way I wanted to was
Hoses and chains. I give you that. If you're doing hoses and chains, they're horrible. Yeah, you're right.
and like I'm not necessarily sure how I'm gonna build his tentacles yet. If I'm gonna use flex tube or mixel joints or what, I don't know. So
I vote mixel joints or something there along.
the thing though with his tentacles is like they are super long. So like they're really long. So I don't know how once I start getting, a foot long, if gravity is going to start becoming a factor or not. So
Depends how big you make them.
yeah,
Moto.
It's Moto.
I challenge you to make this in Studio.
Easy.
I don't wanna.
Easy.
Go ahead.
Easy peasy.
Do you notice the overlap?
Yeah, he's got it bent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
So,
Got to turn off error correction to allow it.
so
wow.
none of these would be possible in Studio because I am torquing the plastic, which Studio does not allow.
But you can still bend them and it will still do it. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to show you.
You're bending the pieces.
Yeah. You can angle them. They won't be locked, but you can do it.
That's my point. You physically need to build some things because a lot of the stuff, like that thing over there, those mixel joints, Studio loses its garbage. It's just like, nope, can't do that. And you could sit there with a protractor and try to get it to the 1,000th degree, but every time you're a little fraction off, it cascades to the rest of the model. So I'm just a proponent of a lot of great techniques are off the table the minute you start using Studio. It's great if you do modulars and you're stacking bricks and you're doing all the things that you're supposed to do.
Again, I gotta disagree because I've done a lot of things where I have done illegal builds, illegal moves. It just takes getting familiar with the software to make it work for you. It takes time. Is it easiest doing bricks and plates? No, but it does happen. You can do it.
Can you do this in Studio for me real quick?
I didn't say I could do it real quick. Not that one. Well, but you know what though? Actually,
Why not? Why not?
Because
This takes 10 minutes to knock out by hand, so 10 minutes in Studio should have this, right?
All right. You are showing that, yes, if you're going to break the laws of physics, what the pieces are meant to do, yes, you can do that.
No, that's allowed. These are flexible elements. This is absolutely legal.
You're right. But you're right. In a digital world, I already said that if it flexes, Studio's crap. If it
I just think you're limiting yourself. I think picking
I think
something.
you're limiting yourself by not using Studio for at least rough drafting it and getting the idea in place.
No, I'll go back and I'll make instructions if I can. But some of the stuff, it's like I tried it. Studio was not happening. But
well, your style of building is definitely pushing the brick and the piece to do something that is not normal.
Yep. So I'm just a fan of just get the stuff, put it together, iterate it very quickly. If it's there in your hands, it's a lot faster than sitting there trying to line everything up.
I'm not necessarily.
The one thing that's great is if you have repetitive stuff, Studio's awesome for replicating things super fast once you have the submodel down. That's awesome.
We
I'm
might
not-
even,
Colors.
Moto's style might even be termed provocative.
I'm a provocateur.
And I'm not even really building for speed either. I'm building because I want to enjoy like playing with the bricks. So
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I just like having physical stuff, even if it's the wrong color and I have to bricklink the part and swap it out later. You know, as long as I'm just sitting there working with stuff, I don't know. It's a very, very different way. And also the Studio, I find the Studio doesn't have a good sense of what's structurally sound if you start to push a lot of clip and bar stuff.
Again, you are pushing the boundaries. So yes, you're right.
Yeah. Wobbly legs, right?
Yep. Floppy Rover time. Floppy Rover time.
Floppy
Yeah,
rovers.
all for it. We're not
I mean,
getting
come on. Why weren't you there on the button ready to go? Come on.
I was trying to find that y'all were fighting, so I was
We
illustrating.
weren't fighting. We were having a friendly conversation. At
Yeah,
no
yeah,
point in time were we angry with each other.
oh, I was pretty angry.
Well, Steve, I mean, come on.
I got a short fuse. I hate all of it.
Right.
Well, it's cold where you're at. Why wouldn't you be angry all the time?
I'll high five you from below, Steve. I'm glad that you're building physically first. There you go.
It was 55 today, so it was actually pretty nice. So
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
I'm laughing because you're like, oh, it's 60. Yay. I'm like, yeah, that would be nice.
Well, here on the coast. Hello, Entertainment Lane. Hello,
Ryan.
So, Moto, what else is up in your world? So you hadn't been here in a minute. Did you get enough static electricity to reboot your modem and get it, fired up, ready to go?
No, I'm still. I just started fiddling with Lego after 6 months off. I normally just take 6 months off, so I'm just messing with stuff. I don't know. I wanted to make like a space habitat, but not rectangular. So I'm just messing. I went to the Lego store and just stacked as many of these things in a box as I could, because I thought they'd be kind of cool to mess with. But
It's
And-
very
and-
cool.
We do have to commend you on your box stacking for those pieces because, yeah, I don't think you could have fit any more in that box than you did.
no, I know I couldn't.
No,
For some reason, the millimeter tolerances of those boxes just enough where you put it down and it was perfectly flat, and then they put the piece of tape over, and it was like, okay, I got my 100 and whatever's things. But sitting there stacking those in the store was not fun. I just wanted to make sure I got as many as possible because I wanted to make like the dodecahedron and all the things that people learn in school. Or this is a D12 for anyone's into D&D.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
No swearing on this channel.
D12?
No, you said
Dodecahedron.
dodecahedron or something.
Dodecahedron?
Yeah, keep those words to yourself, sir. This family show.
I'm the one who usually calls language. I can't remember what this one's technically called. I looked it up and then promptly forgot it.
I think it's an Oregon.
Is that what that is?
That's why.
It's a D20, I think.
That is an icosahedron.
Icosahedron, there you go. See, I'm not swearing anymore. I'm getting other people to do it for me.
That sounds pretty ratty to me.
Well, it is good that you're back in the.
But no,
Lego world.
I just wanted to join because I enjoy giving anyone who thinks Studio's the bomb to start with a rough time. I'm of an opposing camp. You got me off the bench just for that.
That's right. That's all.
But no, I've been doing a lot of rock hounding and hiking, and now I'm making the videos of the rock hounding and putting them on YouTube, and that's taking forever, but it's fun. It's fun to have, a different hobby.
You need to make a Instagram trolling troubles bricking about using Studio. So that could be
No.
your next video project.
No, I came on this live stream so someone can clip it and they can put it on Instagram. I'm not.
Hashtag
By the way,
no studio.
my Instagram wall got completely effed up to where I'm going to have to delete everything and start over.
I saw that. They changed from squares to rectangles.
Yeah,
No.
unless they're on the web, in which case it's still squares. So now
I thought you could choose though, because my regular
I can't
profile
find it.
my regular profile is squares, but my mech or my Gundam one is rectangles.
Triangles.
So
on mobile, you can change that.
I don't know. Well, or I should say that my regular account didn't change.
Oh,
So it's still square.
weird.
That's what I'm saying.
No, mine changed, so now it's all rectangles. Just screwed up the whole beautiful curated multi-split thing. I'm just gonna have to tear it all down, and people are gonna get confused. So someday I'm gonna fix it, and I'm gonna have to upload something like 250 photos in the right order, and it's just gonna be a bunch of gibberish in someone's feed.
Just switch over to Blue Sky. And
Yeah,
just
see,
right there.
yeah, Jeff's got it up. How it's just got janked.
I bet you. Did you Google to see if you can switch it back? Because
You
I
can't. They said even I think it was, I don't know, someone from Instagram is super high up the chain, just was like, yeah, we're making this change. It was time. We made it. I think basically they're like, we need to be TikTok, so we got to be video first, short video first, rather than photos. So we're losing the squares.
It's Dana's fault. He does all those video clips about Lego. It's people like him they were trying to serve.
It is.
It's all the short form Insta
Reading all
videos.
of his studio propaganda.
Now that makes me want to just delete my entire account and start all over again with the correct formatting.
Is that you're part of the deep studio state?
No, I just like to cause anarchy. I guess
The
that
deep
was
studio
part of it.
state that's always pushing the Lego products first. You don't need bricks anymore. You can do it all virtually.
I never said that. Now you're doing what they. Now you're talking about fake news here.
Yeah, that's fake. That's
You're
totally
putting
fake.
words in my mouth.
I am. Although it would be funny if you walked into a convention with just a big Oculus Rift and you're like, where are all the mocks? I was promised great stuff.
Oh, I can walk in there with a 32-inch monitor and just set it down and just let it screen share or like the slideshow through a bunch of different mocks.
We've had members do that where they're demoing Bricklink Studio for the public. They set up a computer and they show them how to use it and stuff, and that's fun. That's very engaging. But yeah, just
I'm trying to get Steve to broaden his horizons. That's why I push him to this direction. But
I do both, but I usually use Studio retroactively to get the instructions for like the gifts I give out. I have to build the instructions. I do this after I do the physical build. And it does help order. It does help order. Like if, I need to make 16 copies of this thing, then I know exactly how many parts I need to pull out of the inventory.
And realistically, I mean, the only reason I build most often so much in digital first is because I'm working, and it's just easier to do that when I've got dual monitors instead of me trying to drag out bricks all the time while I'm trying to work. It's just not conducive.
Lighter.
And
He's
the builds
working.
the builds are never 100% the same from digital to physical anyway. They always wind up changing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not the
yeah.
same once they made you come back to the office after COVID, huh?
He-
Oh, there it is.
There's the floppy Grover.
That's
You
it.
know what the
He-
funny thing is I was working from home before COVID, and people would call me and ask me, "So how you doing having to work from home all this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
left the
same
house
thing.
in 18 months. You're calling me
Yeah.
now after 3 weeks when you've been having to stay home." Yeah, I'm still working from home. I don't think I'll ever go back to an office unless I voluntarily switch jobs. So
Don't do it.
I mean,
Don't do it.
and why would he? He gets paid to build Legos
Well,
on conference
I'll
calls.
sit here. I'll listen. What is everybody else doing? Hopefully, good stuff out there.
We are. Let's go all the way up to Canada since we
Let's
haven't
see.
heard from
Jeff's
Jeff.
next.
Jeff, hello.
Oh, he's just gonna
Oh.
brag about being Team USA in hockey. I know.
Yeah.
I know Jeff. That's how he rolls.
Oh, we won. Why we beat you? I didn't ever send anybody a picture of Canadian Goose beating the crap out of a bald ego. Bald eagle. Never sent that at all. To
Bald
him.
ego. That's
And
funny.
You have many friends
Well,
who did.
Bald ego does work too, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point.
That is pretty funny.
I'm still recovering a bit from a cold. I was mostly recovered, and then I don't know, coughed the wrong way, and now my throat is really sore, and it's just leads to little coughing fits. So that kind of sucks. I'm also running on the power of the internets on my phone right now. Like this whole stream is of me is on my data plan because my internet died again on the weekend, and I'm switching over to cable in the next. Well, I'm sorry, I'm switching over to fiber at the end of the week, so I'm
Ooh, nice.
sick and tired. Yeah,
You'll be regular then.
Yep.
I'll be regular.
Fiber
Yes.
keeps you
I'll
regular.
have lots of fiber, and Brittle Brown happens to everyone.
Fiber optics.
Throw
That looks
at
like
it.
you could like stab someone with that. Pretty
Yeah,
bad.
that is. This is the Brittle Brown shiv.
Yeah.
The problem is, as soon as you stab someone, it'll just do that. Oh, did I just do that?
It breaks
on the
into
screen?
them, which is
It breaks
awesome.
into them.
It's
Yeah,
shrapnel.
so
Yeah,
it's kinda ice
Jeff,
pick
that's
it,
good.
right?
That's good. It's like a hollow point of fragments in their body.
Yeah, or ice pickish, where it kind of just dissipates.
Notice
Splinters.
that Jeff knows what happens when it hits a body.
Yes. That's why it was in that form in the first place. I haven't really done much. I actually rebuilt the body of this, made it a little wider this week, and I've been trying to figure out the middle wagon. So I now have a middle platform. I don't know. I'm trying to build like a Batrax truck, but turning radius
That's
is horrible.
cool.
Well, can you just make that thing longer that connects them?
Well, yeah, I would have to, but I was trying to also keep the treads as close as possible, which obviously you can't do both. So I could maybe do some kind of weird.
I don't know,
rig
man. I
out.
think you better put that in studio to figure out what's wrong.
All right, now you're just being rude.
Look up pictures of a BV206. That's an all-terrain vehicle that has tracks that with two modules on it. That
Okay.
might give you a sense of how far away they need to be from each other.
Yeah. Well, I was even just thinking if both wagons were on some kind of a sway like this way, then maybe I could, I don't know, somehow control it. Have it V apart a little further. Throw that into private chat or that vehicle name so I can look it up later if you don't mind, or just comment it here if you don't mind, just so I have it.
Crazy.
But
BB-8.
but yeah, beyond that, like I just got this wheel structure working today. Like I just found a nice, tankish look that I like so far. I'm still not sure what's going to sit on top of it. It's probably going to be some kind of missile platform or something. I don't know. I was also thinking of having a big rocket on top of all three units. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But that means then I have to build a black and yellow rocket, which would be kind of interesting. Or missile, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, beyond that, lots of ums coming out today. Beyond that, I haven't really done much Lego stuff. I don't know. For some reason, not having internet, like usually I'll be down here and I'll be watching stuff on YouTube or listening to music or whatever, and not having the internet is like not inspiring me to build for some reason. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's my update. I did build the city spaceship, the latest one that came out. I got it in on the weekend or on Friday, and I built that this weekend. Which I have to say, has anybody actually built that one?
I have. It's pretty good. I liked it.
the front cockpit was kind of disappointing. They have
It's
a
got
little-
those, yeah, that little. I mean, it's so close to being perfect. And
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. They have a little jump seat for the alien.
Yep.
And then where you put the other guy, it's just there's no computers, there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like a little blue wall and stuff. I'm like, what's going on here? It didn't make sense.
I would probably guess that was a piece count problem.
Yeah, probably.
That they had to say, well, I'm gonna have to drop some weight in this bad boy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Another mind control Lego spaceship. So
hey man, I'm all over the mind control spaceships. I mean, insectoids, UFO, all of those are mind control spaceships. So I'm good with it.
Or just AI powered. Using lowercase r's and for Republicans.
yeah. Hey, I gotta say, this little dude is pretty cool. This little mech is pretty fun. So this is the one that the 3-in-1 that comes with what we could have had is a very cool green Futuron, but we just got this. So
There are people who have been picking those up like crazy just to turn that into another faction.
yeah, I think it's dumb, but anyway,
But then you're old, so it's okay.
I am. I mean, there's you could have just made that a regular. It's just dumb. Anyway,
Well, I mean, it's probably more regular than you are.
no sir, 8:30. Thank you very much.
Wait, have you got fiber too?
Yeah, I get fiber, all the time. All right, let's see. Let's go to Mark. Mr. Sandlin, how are you, sir?
I'm okay. I have done 0 Legoing since Atlanta BrickCon, so just not much to report here. Yeah. I actually have not. I've not been down here in the Lego room for a couple of weeks, so
Understand. Well, let's all have an awkward silence for Mark. And there we go. All right.
The building walls.
So I have a question for Mark, though. Mark, you actually have an office that you work out of, then, do you not?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Because that makes more sense. Because the pictures you send me from time to time for certain things, I'm like, that's not his Lego room.
Yeah, I have my office upstairs, and then my Lego room is in the basement, as you can tell by the lovely wood paneling, and I have a basement-y ceiling too.
Yes. At least your basement has a ceiling. Mine is just rafters. So
Raptors? Damn.
Raptors.
Yeah, it's just nothing but raptors, just all.
Raptors and dead hitchhikers. That's all.
Clever girl.
Now, allegedly, dead hitchhikers.
That's I always think the kids these days, when they do their raptor claw heart thing with their hands, it makes me laugh. I'm like, why are you doing raptor claws?
I love it.
Oh me. All right, Dana, how are you? I think we've been to everybody. Is that right? Yep.
Yeah, you usually leave me for the end. I'm the bringing up the rear, as they say, or the tail end of this show, however you want to call it. The funny thing is that like everyone else, I also have not touched any bricks to build much lately, other than when I put together the cubes to take a picture. But today, I did something interesting. There is a little community art center here in Cumming, and I drive past it all the time when I take my wife to the doctors. And they have a monthly or semi-monthly community art meeting, and so I went. And I took my iPad with me, and I was recognized as a new non-member to come and talk. And I stood up and said my name and talked about myself a little bit. And then I showed them my monochrome habitats and the David Bowie and some other stuff and talked about it. And I was going there specifically because I was hoping to get into the show that they're doing next month, which is all about color. And I thought, well, that would be kind of cool. Let's see if I could go in and maybe get my habitats as an entry into this display at the gallery. And I found out that the deadline was last week.
Oh.
However, when I showed everybody what I had, several members said, I think we can make an exception and get him in late.
Nice.
So I am now a member of the Cumming Community Art Gallery and will be displaying in the Cumming Gallery for my habitats. Should be through the month of March and April, I think.
You're gonna have to leave your house to do that.
They are going to have to leave the house, and I think I'm going to even try to put them into a plexiglass case before I put them there, so that I don't have to go back regularly and dust them. Because most statues and paintings can be just with a feather duster and whatnot. I don't want to have to go back regularly and try and dust off those habitats. That's why they typically sit in a box until they go to a show and come out for the daylight, and there you have it.
So you don't want to be coming back regularly? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, it's only 5 minutes from our house. I could go there on a regular basis, but I don't want to be that guy. So.
He is making a joke.
I know, but I passed over it.
He was dropping a salacious double entendre there.
Scandalous.
Me and how far be it for me to ignore a double entendre, salacious.
I was just trying to poke the bear, man.
Hey, poking the bear. That's what we do to Chris all the time.
That's
Do have one other little tidbit of information. I think I shared with you guys last week that I shared my monochrome habitats or the mega habitats on Reddit under /Lego, and so it only went up 15. It went up to 16,000 likes. So we went from 14.5 to 16,000 this week, and I think the views are still. I'm not sure what the views were like globally. It's probably something crazy, still over 1 million. Doesn't show me as easily now that I see it after it's been up for a while. But it's 1.2 million views. But I did also share my space habitats this last weekend, and it's gotten 689 likes on /Lego Space with 15,000 views, and then on regular /Lego, it's got 4.6 thousand likes and 290,000 views. So not as many as the mega habitats, but still pretty interesting. I find this all very entertaining because it's not having to go through the meta algorithms for what does get seen and not seen. It's all based on what somebody actually likes and subscribes to for their channel to go to and actually see. So it gives me more interest in wanting to share things on Reddit as opposed to leaving it just to Instagram and or Facebook. So that's my interest. It's just interesting. It's not, it's not saying one way or the other. It's whether it's positive or negative. It's just, I find it very fascinating, interesting how it's different and the amount of views versus what you would find in a Facebook group or something like that. So that's cool stuff. But that's all I got.
That's all.
Like I said, I haven't been doing much. Either of you.
You got 10 more minutes of show. That's all. You usually fill this. What's the
I'm
problem?
sorry. It's been.
I tried to
blame
fan
Mark.
the fire.
Blame Mark. I'm just going to tell you, I blame Mark. That's all I'm saying. I blame Mark.
What was that, Jeff?
I said I tried to fan the fire, and I just couldn't.
That's
just
true.
yeah. I don't.
I know.
I tried.
Are you feeling all right, Dana? What's going on?
Yeah, Dana.
Well, unlike Moto, who took a 6-month break from Lego, I figure I can take a few months, right? I can take some time, can I?
He's still
should.
pondering all the art he saw today.
Was it like a mini intentional dark age or something?
Well, actually, I mean, and the reason I'm blaming Mark is because I've been spending more time with other plastic, and so I'm kind of like shifting gears, trying to give my brain a little something different to focus on for a while, and then come back strong for Lego again once I get in the groove.
I've been there like the last couple months, like November, December have been that way for me, and now like I'm like full on like let's build Lego. So
Dude, you've been cranking out buildings, man.
I'm on the other end of it.
I think it's the inspiration part, right? Like if you're not inspired or you don't know what to build next.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Yeah, for me, it's like I have a full-time job and I have kids, and I just by the time I actually have time to work on stuff, I'm just tired. So, I just don't want to do stuff, but like I'm powering through it now, and I'm like excited to build stuff again. Yeah.
And that's what that's the goal. That's what you want to achieve. You want to have that zest.
Do you build it at the end of the day, or do you build early in the day and then start your day after you build?
No, I build at the end of the day. I go to work pretty early in the morning, so I just get up and go to work. So then you got to go home and take the kids to all their extracurriculars and do all that parenting stuff. And
The struggle.
Yeah,
is
by the
real.
time everyone's awake here, my day is shot. So I always get up at 3 or 4 in the morning, so I can get at least a few hours of building in before the school, get up for school, all that stuff. I hear you,
Oh,
man.
what time do you go to bed?
8.
We are well. That's okay. We're getting close to your bedtime. Got about an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, here's
Oh, you have to go to sleep early if you get up early,
This is true.
right? So that's the trick.
Yeah, I would say Martin builds like asleep standing up. I think he just.
Well, again, I told you he works for a pharmaceutical company, and I dare you to say that it's not something related to it. I don't know.
He's also their test subject.
All I know is that Martin used to have narcolepsy, and he no longer does. So that was probably one of the side effects from whatever medication that allows him to not, So
Are you saying he put the narc in narcolepsy? Is that what
he put the lepsy in the narcolepsy? I don't know.
we kid. So all right. So group, which shows are you going to next? Moto, are you going? What's your next show?
April, Brick Slopes, Colorado, here in Denver. First annual show for an AFOL run convention in Colorado. So I'm excited to have a convention come to just 30 minutes away from where I live.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Nice.
I signed up and got the season pass, and I actually didn't pay the guys for the season pass. I did the Beyond the Brick. They auctioned off a season pass, so I got the first. I'm number one. I'm the first registered convention goer for Brick Slopes. So I'm excited to go there.
Cool deal. All right. Anybody else going to convention anytime soon? I know Jeff, you're.
Fair Fredericksburg is in late March.
Okay.
August
for me.
So we'll go to that.
August.
Yeah, I'll be going to Brick World. I have to sign up tonight. I keep forgetting that the deadline for the early bird pricing is like expiring soon. So I decided like this weekend, all right, Brick World, I'm gonna go. I was on the fence, but
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta
afterwards
go.
for Chicago.
It's the closest one to me. So yeah,
You can always go north of the border.
yeah. Then I have to get a passport.
Yeah. But then
I don't know. I don't know that Toronto's any closer for Steve. Steve, where are you? You're above Chicago, right?
Yeah, I'm a few hours north of Chicago.
Yeah, so you're looking at probably 12-hour drive to Toronto.
Ugh.
So,
I saw a funny joke this week or today. It said if laziness was an Olympic sport, I'd come in fourth because I wouldn't want to go on the podium. Something to that effect. Like that's me.
That's awesome. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Speaking of famous Canadians, I heard. Did you hear? William Shatner was actually developing a line of women's clothes, and
Oh, yeah.
the title Shatner pants did not go well with marketers, so they didn't produce them. So
I think they're called Shatner panties. There's a women's line.
Chris, I gotta say that Steve took that up a notch. He took that up a notch.
he did. He escalated that joke so
Took that
super.
right up there. Yep, right up there. Loving it.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, me.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Does this sound? I mean, all right. I already know. You already know that I'm full of myself anyway. But what I'm
You don't
thinking
believe it.
about doing, because I have gotten so many. I've heard people make the comments from attendees at shows that they were like, you know what? I would love to have a poster or a picture of your monochrome habitats. And because I'm actually going into a gallery and they even asked me, is it for sale? And I said, no, it's not for sale. But it made me think, because they also have a gift shop that they sell other things. And I'm wondering, should I go ahead and take the time and put together a nice photo of it and actually have prints done? What do you guys think?
You could make a commemorative puzzle.
Could make a puzzle.
I think it's a cool idea.
I figured.
Isn't that what Kale in Australia?
no
That's how
idea
he
how
makes
much
a lot
work
of
it
money, isn't it? He sells his photos of his builds, I think.
Oh
Or
wow!
posters
Now
of
that you're
his
saying that
builds.
Kale does it, makes me not want to do it. Do the prints, yes, and at cons you could have one of the. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go there, but I decided to hold back.
Are you talking about kale scale kale?
Yeah. I think he does. He makes he makes some money doing the photographs of his builds and then making prints of them that people want to buy.
Sure.
I don't know. I
Sounds
think
cool.
because it's at an art gallery, I think there would be interest there.
And that was my main thinking, because the fact that they were asking, is it for sale? I was like, well, you know what? I bet you there are going to be people who would be like, oh, I would be interested to buy that, because people have sent me messages saying, would you be willing to sell? And I, without even talking about price, I say, no, I don't want to sell it, because it's got a whole lot of personal parts in it that I had to put back into sets. And B, I'm not ready to part with it. But I think that maybe doing prints of it would be kind of an interesting concept, because it is supposed to be an art piece in general. So maybe a little poster print might work.
Good luck taking.
Or you could go for high margin, low production costs and do postcards for
I was going to
kids.
say postcards. I was about to say the same thing. Postcards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do like 6 or 10 postcards of different ones, or just do all at the same time, or if there are different ways of presenting it.
I think the postcards would be cool for individual habitats, but I think for the overall, it would be too small. It would be too small. Yeah.
I don't know. Because I know posters aren't as cheap as postcards. Like postcards, you can go to any printer that's local and just have them crank them up.
The nice thing is that I've got a guy. I've got a guy who's in the 501st who's done some printing for me before, and I'm sure that he would let me do a small run to see. And if they work out well, then I can, he knows I'm going to come back and I'll bump my order up. So I'm going to reach out to him and see what even if I drop $100 or maybe $200 up front just to test it out, and they sell, that's cool. And if they don't sell, I give them away as gifts.
Would you be taking a picture of it with your phone, or would you have like a professional photographer take it?
It's on studio. It's going to do a render. He just does a render. It's perfect.
There it is.
Why even mess with the photography? The lighting's all there. It's all just perfect.
And to think that my nemesis was the floppy rover. No. Now
Ooh, that needs to go on a postcard.
Dream of people saying floppy rover. No. I've got all the photography gear. I've got light stands, diffusers. I've got a DSLR. No, I can do it all myself. So
Right.
I've even got a giant
life-size
scoop, so I can do all.
You can do a life-size 1-to-1 scale poster of the floppy rover, and turn it into like a doormat or something.
Oh, now I know what Chris is getting for Christmas.
That's your next.
Hey, I built you a micro scale floppy rover,
You did, and I still have it, coveted it. It's
all right.
It's one of my cherished pieces.
Floppy rover is next year's New Year's card, because you can then write, I hope next year won't be a flop like this one. Something like that.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I was going to share with you guys, and there is a Mobius.
We knew you had more entertainment in you, sir. What you got?
There is a Mobius video from like 1984. And in the very beginning, there is a rover going across the water and the alien landscape. And it suspiciously looks a lot like my floppy rover. So I don't know if I stole the concept idea from Mobius, or my subconscious was on the same wavelength as Mobius. I don't know, but I need to share that video with you guys. I'm trying to find a copy of it.
Shorter answer. You are Mobius.
I wish. But unfortunately, like, it was only dubbed for a showing on the BBC, and everything else that I've ever found on it, it's only in French. So
it's better that way.
It is, but yeah. So you got to watch it with subtitles on, unless you
have to get Magnus to give a voiceover, because I'm sure he speaks 5 languages or something.
I speak 2 languages.
I was gonna say I know he's got to speak at least 2 or 3. I don't know about 5, but 2 or 3. I would say definitely Magnus.
The sound of the rover makes is. But I don't understand, how is the rover moving across the landscape if it's flat on the ground?
That's true.
thrusters.
They unfortunately under 2D animation are not restricted to the laws of physics as we are in Lego. So
Yeah, another computer problem there.
It runs on the literary tension of the movie instead of water tension.
hold on. If we've got a moment, let me see if I can actually because I downloaded a copy of the movie. So let me see if I can pull up at least a screenshot to share with you guys here. Hang on a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst
Jinx.
yourselves.
Jinx. Yep, here we go. It's thinking. It's thinking.
All right, we'll just
I'll
wait.
show you something I found on vacation.
Okay.
I said to talk amongst yourselves.
I'll give you a topic.
So here's a box of stuff.
Oh, it's trying to open VMware. No wonder.
I'll show this.
I know it's the top of Moto's head. That's amazing. All right. Oh, neat. Look at
These,
that.
believe it or not, are topaz crystals from a place called Topaz Mountain in
Oh,
Utah.
those are cool.
Mhm.
Looks like what Superman came down in.
Yeah. I could grow the whole Fortress of Solitude by dropping this in a piece of ice in the
Nice.
Arctic.
It's very cool.
But yeah, if you're really into the real clear topaz stuff, there's a bunch of them.
Cool.
But yeah, we were out there. And,
Is it just a pretty stone, or do people have? Does it have like industry?
yeah. So it is a gemstone. These aren't large enough, except for maybe that one. If you want to put that in a setting and cut it, you probably could. But these other ones they're kind of milky white. They're kind of clinky. They're called clinkers. So they're not completely clear. From what I understand, is they're half quartz, half topaz, and they kind of fuse and grow kind of strange shapes.
Makes me want to watch Breaking Bad again.
Yeah, I was about to say, for those of you just joining us, this is not his crack
His
bag.
best
These are-
collection.
They're not blue. I mean, the color should give it away.
They're a new strain.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. We went up. Most people find 5 or 6 in a day. We wound up finding, I think, 150 each
Oh, wow.
in a half day.
It's cool, man.
Overachiever.
Yeah, right.
No, we just went to a random place, and I just have to send an email because it turns out that there was a claim on site, and I just want to make sure that they had marked off their claim, so we didn't go anywhere near it, which is important. You don't want to be a claim jumper. That's sheriff comes and arrests you, hauls you off to jail. But I want to make sure, because sometimes claims cover a larger geographic area than just the side. We had a local guy who told us it was okay. He said, don't go up that side, don't go there, go up this side, and we did. But
cool.
I was able to find the records online of who owns the claim. Person's on Facebook, so I'm going to send him a note. Say, hey, we're at this GPS coordinates here and here. Is that okay?
Cool. All right. I think
Hopefully that was enough time for him to get his
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Mobius
I'm good.
thing.
It's very
You
rock
mean
and
it?
roll.
You mean to share it?
Yeah.
All right, there it
Go
is.
for it. Oh, jeez.
That's very Mobius.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Chris,
sorry.
Chris is a one joke wonder. That's all.
I
It is.
am.
But look at that. Oh my!
That is so.
Rated at birth.
I mean, I had never seen this
Yeah.
anime. I never even heard of it before, and here we've got this rover with the wheels.
Oh, it's moving. That's cool.
Yeah, well, it's a video. It's a movie. It's like
It's a
the
story with
Masters du Temps, which is the
And Maitre
Masters
du
of
Temps.
Time, 1982.
It's a story
The,
with the fringe on top.
Yeah,
The cockpit looks a lot like Chris's latest vehicles.
Yeah, it does.
that's true. That's true.
It does.
Well,
That,
Chris has always been better at cockpits than I am, so you know.
God, there is no metal that
That's because
those
they only
legs
have
are
to
going to
hold
work
one.
with.
That's because the cockpits only have to hold one.
There's 2 people in there.
They only got to hold one occupant.
There's a child in there, 1.5.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of had a Johnny Quest vibe going on there.
It did.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It's yeah. Well, Chris builds very Johnny Quest spaceships because he did one time.
Did.
He was thinking it was the Jetsons, but it was Johnny
I
Quest.
said Jetsons last week. Yeah, for sure. Sure.
But for those of you interested, the name of that movie is called The Masters of Time.
You're supposed to push your glasses up when you Remember, it was not the
Right.
Jetsons.
It was not Jetsons. All right. Well, now we have made it past an hour thanks to our fascinating conversation. So thank you all for joining us. Welcome back, Moto. Magnus, always welcome. And back to the regular fold here. So thank y'all for being here. Be kind to your neighbor. Think of Meredith, our friend. She's recuperating, and we're thinking about her, praying for her. And hope you guys have a good night. Be awesome, build awesome, and be prepared for loud noises.
Comes the music.